Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Digital Trade, and this Excel tutorial will be taking a look at some of Excel basic math and statistics function, such as the max, the minimum, the average, the count blank, large, small, and the rank function. Now let's go straight into the lesson by using this employee data to answer all these questions and to explain all these functions. Now, taking the max function first. Now, the max function is used when you want to get the largest value from a set of values. For example, look at this question. It says, calculate the maximum salary earned in the organization. Now, this is our salary column in the of that company. So from this set of values, now we want to identify the largest value from this set of values, and that's what the max function does. Now you simply have to click on where you want to have the answer and press your equals to and type max, and then press your tab key, and then you highlight your data from top to bottom, and then you press enter, and then it will of course identify the largest value. In that organization, this is the largest salary, $9,943. This is the largest. Also, you can filter to actually identify, get this answer. And also, let me point out that on your status bar, for example, if you highlight any numerical value in Excel, now on your status bar, you automatically, Excel will calculate the average, the count, and the sum. But also you can customize your status bar to include the max function and the mean. For example, if you right click on your status bar, you see you have the max and you have the mean. So if you check them, check it, and then anytime you highlight any numerical value, Excel will automatically include those statistics there. So you can see the average, the count, this is the minimum, and this is the maximum, just like we have in our answer, and this is the sum. So you can customize your status bar to include those two. So let me just remove it. I don't need it. So I will untick, and then I will only have others left. So that is what the max function does. It identifies the largest value from a set of values. But at this time, let me, for those who are just getting started with Excel, if you are a beginner or you are just getting started, now let me introduce the formula address, writing your formula through the formula address, because it is actually easier. You are just getting started. So you can write your formula through the address, and then when you become familiar and when you become advanced, you can type in your formula directly. So what you have to do is just to click on this function, click on it, and then this box will pop up, and then what you want to calculate is the max. So just type in the max and then click on go, and then you have the max identified. Then click OK, and then this box will pop up. So all you have to do is highlight your data you want to use. This is the salary column you want to use. So all you have to do is to highlight everything from top to bottom, and then once you click, Excel will automatically, you can see your answer. And that's one good thing about using the formula address, the formula bar. You actually see your answer. You see the result of your formula before you click on OK. So this is our answer already. So click on OK, and then you have it. So it's the same. Then the mean function, that is the opposite of the max. It is used to get the smallest value from a set of value. So look at this. Say, what is the minimum pay rate in the organization? We want to look at, this is the pay rate column. So we want to identify the minimum in this organization. So let's go. Click on your formula bar, type mean, and then click go, and then you have the mean, and then click OK, and then highlight your your values, and then you already have your answer 102, 100.2. So click on OK, and then you see that this is the minimum pay rate in this organization. And then the average. Now the average can be used when you want to get the mean, the arithmetic mean from a specific argument. Now earlier I told you that when you highlight numerical values, Excel will automatically give you the average. This is the average already. You have the count. So this data is about 117, and then you have the sub. So to get our average, we want to get the average salary in this organization. All you have to do is click on your formula bar, type average, click go, and then you have your average. Click, and then you want to identify, what's the question, the average salary in the organization. So this is the salary column, identify everything. Once you click, and then you already have your answer. This is the average salary. So click OK, and then you have, this is our average salary in the organization. And then the count is used, to count the number of cells in a certain numbers. For example, you want to count the number of staff in this data. For example, if we highlight from top to bottom, like I said, on the status bar, the count is displayed. So 117 employee here. Now, if you want to use your formula to get your answer for the count, you have to click, and then on your status bar, formula address bar, click here, this function, and type count. And then click go. This is count identified, and then you now highlight the cells you want to reference. So for me, I reference the staff ID column, and then from top to bottom. So once you click, you already have your answer, 117, and then you click OK. So this is it. Then the count blank is used if you want to count the number of empty cells in a range. For example, if you want to know the number of cells of rows and columns in Excel, you can use the count blank. In my previous video, I've talked about it. You can check out my previous video. But here, I want to count the number of employees without an employee ID. So the function we can use is the count blank to identify the answer for us. So click where you want to have your answer, and then click on the formula address, type count blank, click on go. So this is the count blank, and then click, and then highlight the cells you want to reference from top to bottom or from bottom to top, and then you see you already have an answer 0. So which means all our employees have employee ID. So our answer is 0. Then the large is used if you want to get the largest value from a range of array. No, you want to get, it's used to get the largest value from a range of cells or array. Now, for example, look at it. You want to identify the third highest salary in the organization. You want to identify the third highest salary in the organization. So click on your formula address bar and type the function we want to use, the large. Click on go. This is large. Then click on this. Then our array, we want to reference the salary column, then top to bottom, and then third highest salary, and this is it. We have our answer displayed for you. And then the small is used to want to get the smallest value from a range of cells or array. So click on your formula bar, type small, and then click on go, and then you have the small highlighted for you. Click OK, and then highlight the cells you want to reference. So what we want to do is to identify the second lowest salary in the organization. So we are still referencing the salary column from top to bottom, and then we click on 2, and then we see that this is the second lowest salary, the second smallest salary in the organization, and this is it, $3,061. And then the rank function, this can be used when you want to rank a number against a list of numbers. You want to rank a number against a list of numbers. Now look at this. Calculate the position of employee with ID 1580 in terms of salary from the highest down. Now what we can do is that, first of all, let's identify who's this employee. So let's filter to see the details of this employee. The ID is 1580 as we were given. This is it. Click on OK, and then this is the details of that employee with ID 1580. The name, the email is in marketing, his location is building 3. This is the hire date and the pay rate and the monthly salary. Now you can see this, the cell you want to reference, actually this salary cell, and it's in cell I31. So I will unfilter, and then we now calculate what we want to calculate. Now let's go. So click where you want to have your answer and click on your formula address bar, type rank, we want to rank, and then click on go, and then click OK. Now the cell we want to reference is I31, like I mentioned earlier, I31. That's the cell we want to reference. Then the reference is that we want to reference against salary. We want to know its position in terms of salary in the organization. So I will highlight the entire salary column, and then we see that we don't have to put in any value in this order. So look at this order. I said is a number, rank in the list sorted ascending, is equal to 0. So even if we don't put anything, Excel has automatically given us that in terms of salary, this employee with ID 1580 is number 25 in the organization, and we see from highest to down, this employee is number 25. So you can see we have been able to get all our answers. And if you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.